From a professional soccer career to becoming a driving force in the mortgage industry, Brian Covey has shown what it takes to find your competitive edge, get off the sidelines, and get in the game. Find your competitive edge with Brian Covey.
What's up, guys, and welcome to our recap. And this week was a really cool show. It was different than some of the others we've done, where we bring on entrepreneurs and people that are actually very successful where they are. And we actually brought in someone that helps entrepreneurs. They're an implementer. And they even talk about the entrepreneurial operating system, EOS, and how they've been able to help people for over 2 decades and where entrepreneurs struggle. Look, and you might be listening to this now going, Brian, that's me. I'm an entrepreneur. I got a great idea. Maybe I even have a small company or a larger company. I don't even know what to do next. My culture is struggling. My hiring is struggling. Not building out the culture that I envision. We don't meet our sales goals regularly. Like wherever you're struggling, what I found is this great quote we shared during the show from James Clear talking about, we don't rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our systems. And for many of us, look, I'm included, struggled with systems for much of my career until I hired a coach and someone to come alongside me and help me build those. As I was an implementer, but the systems really were difficult. Look, this is where most businesses fail. This is where most leaders fail. They just don't have systems in place where they show up and they have a predictable outcome that's there. And so Kevin Suboski, fantastic guest. Not only did we cover the entrepreneurial journey and how you can take that EOS system, starting with your vision, starting with how you build out your culture, how you recognize your team, all of those things you're going to want to know. We actually dove into things that I think are still relevant today, about the Great Resignation, about quiet quitting, why companies struggle, and this huge shift we've seen in leadership. I know in my journey, 13 years in corporate America, and then similar companies where it was very fear-based or shame-based or authoritative of, you're going to do this, go do it, or else. And look, that's just not the way human beings work today. While that may work in certain situations, and you may have some short-term success, the reality is I believe the people, the ones I want to work with, want to collaborate, they want to connect up, they want to make commitments and honor those commitments. We create standards that we can all agree to, and then those expectations are clear, and we have a scoreboard that we can actually measure those and move the ball down the field together. Not just one of these areas where past leadership would isolate those people, maybe even stack rank them and embarrass them to make them feel better, worse, don't really know, but hoping they would improve the results. We broke down that today in great detail. One of the things Kevin shared that I wrote down that I loved is building, from a relationship capital standpoint, a network of commitments between human beings. It's really a commitment-based model that we discussed. And think about that today for Envision. Just envision that in your company, or even where you are, if you're an entrepreneur or a team member and you work for a CEO or an entrepreneur or someone. How great your role would be if you had agreed upon commitments, clarity of your role, you understood the vision of the company of where you're going and what your role actually played within that. And then now you have this network and you have these commitments that you've made to each other to ensure mutual success. How much longer would people stay at companies? How much happier would they be? What would their engagement be? How much more willing would they be to contribute and share? See, I envision a world that these things are actually real. We're implementing a lot of that today at Revolution Mortgage in our company, which traditionally in mortgage is not the way it was. It was the old guard and very military-esque. And while there is a place for some of that, the reality is what I'm seeing in the trends going forward is people want to be seen and heard and be part of something that they contribute and feel like they are part of something bigger. And so if that's you today, make sure you reach out to us and connect up. Or if you want to find out more information on what I just shared with you, go check out the full episode. We bring on these guests to not only inform and educate and sometimes entertain you, but to really equip you with the tools and resources to win no matter where you are. I believe that burn and that competitive edge in you, God has placed there uniquely based on your experiences, the things that you've been through, your talents and skills, and everything you've done to this point. And now it's up to you to really hone those in, get on the right team, and serve others at the highest level. So we appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Leave us a review so we know how we're doing and how this episode or even these recaps are impacting you. Until then, we will catch you on the next episode. Go out there and do something great.